Yes, what's happening, people? We are back with a brand new show called In the Hot Seat, where I bring on one of my favourites to talk all things football and start throwing some questions at them and having a general football chat. And I've started with one of my favourites. Big up to Saeed, bro. How are you, man?
Come on. Big up, bro. What you saying, man? Everything's all good. You know what I mean? I see you smashing on here, man. You know what I'm saying? So big up to you always.
Come
Big
on,
up
man.
the chat. And yeah, man, hopefully we have a good show, bro. Come
I'm
on.
sure we will, man. I'm sure we will. Listen, I want to talk to you, and it's a good time to talk to you because of this Dan Ashworth
Yeah, it
news,
is.
man.
For one,
Must be a little bit positive for Man United for once, bro. There's actually some news that you can talk about to actually put a smile on your face, bro. What are you thinking about all this stuff?
yeah, bro. It's about time, man. Listen, we got Dan Ashworth hopefully coming in. There's another fella that's coming in today. I forgot his name, Wilcox, I think it is. So, these guys are United what they're going to get, bro. And you know what? It's about damn time, bro. Like, because end of the day, we've been in the dumps for how long, man? Like, and you lot as well for the last 20 years,
Yeah,
bro. So originally the backstory was I wanted Qatar in. You know, what I mean, I was adamant that I thought it would be for the benefit of the club. I thought bringing them in, wipe out the debt, develop the stadium, bring us fresh impetus recruitment plan. I'm not gonna lie to you, I did want him. I'm not gonna flip flop on that. But when you understand things and you're open to see what Jim Ratcliffe is doing, you gotta give it to him, man. You know what I'm saying? He's come in now and he set the standard of bringing footballing people in. And we haven't had that for how long? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
man.
Like we've had Woodward, John Murtle, these guys were never footballing people. They were more bankers. I'm trying to say, trying to get them superstar names. And
Yeah, man.
ultimately that hasn't worked over the years. Even though I want the Di Marias and you know what I mean, the Ronaldos to come back and that like it weren't for the benefit of the football club. But this right now is for the benefit. It makes sense. You're bringing people who are specialists in their chat and in their field, should I say? And that's all you can ask for, bro. So I feel like for me, we're in the right steps. We're going the right way. And ultimately, it's down to the club to act now and start working. Like we're kind of like lost time here, man. We need to catch up to simply having a good recruitment system. You know what I mean? Like not
Mhm.
asking for much. So it's good to have that the fact that we're on the right road and we seem to be making the right decisions for once. For me, it's a good thing.
100%, man. Listen, before we get into some questions, I wanted to ask you quickly about this Jim Ratcliffe thing because the Glazers are still here, right? The Glazers have been a problem, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
looking at from the outside, looking in, man, I don't think they're great owners, right? They spend a lot of money, but they just allow it to be neglected on what they actually spend it on because you spend unbelievable
yeah,
amounts
yeah,
of money on some trash, right? But I think for me, with Dan Ashworth, if he's coming in, you've obviously got Jim Ratcliffe. The stuff they're saying is good. Are you holding a little
yeah.
bit of a judgment or reserving a bit of judgment until they actually deliver in terms of just like the actions speak louder to words things before you start getting too excited? Or is there genuine like belief that you're gonna go in the right direction?
Yeah, no, I think there's genuine belief, there's genuine hope. I feel like that's not changed for me in that aspect, you know what I mean? And I think for me as a whole, United the way they're moving right now is good for once. Obviously, we have to wait and see. Different from Newcastle to Brighton, you know what I mean? Like you're moving to Man United, bro, and that for me is a big step in its whole world. So that for me is something that we've got to be kind of almost kind of like cautiously optimistic in that aspect. You know what I mean? But I just thought I would never hear these kind of names at my club. You kind of look at other clubs and you're like, rah, man, why did Brighton do this? Why did Brighton do that? Like, why can't my club move correctly? So the fact that we are right now, I think that's for me, it's amazing to hear, man. And what all we all want to hear as well. Like, we don't want to be seeing our club in the dumps, you know what I mean? Especially with your club as well. Like, I know you started to pick up a little bit, but you
Mm,
know, United are a sleeping giant, man. We are a big club still. I'll always believe that we're a big club. Obviously, we're just not acting like one, and that's the biggest thing for me. You could be a club, but if you don't act like a club, then what are you in it? You know what I'm saying? You just got the name. You just
facts.
the only name is what's kind of holding you in that kind of that status. So yeah, man, it's about damn time. And like I said, bro, you've got to come in with the right mindset and like you know what, I'm here. Like, I hope they don't come in and kind of swallow, you know what I mean, under pressure because they've got one mistake. But you've got to come in correct, man, because these guys are messing around. Brailsford is a performance analyst. You got Barada. it seems to me that Barada's bringing in his guys though as well, with Wilcox, with Barada, with obviously other people involved as well. They're bringing in good people. So that's a big sleeping. That's a big issue and a statement for me from the
Mm.
Ineos.
Yeah, 100, man. Listen, I'm with you, and I feel like there's good movement at Man United, and it's been a long time, bro. It's been a hard decade for you, my friend. It really has, and it's been 2 decades for us, really,
Tough
when you think
decade.
of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've got 10 more years left of this decade. You know what
Yeah,
I
man,
mean?
that's only if you
Like,
follow us, though, bro. No, I'm saying,
bro, I've got two
listen,
more decades of this. You know
mate,
what I'm
let's hope
saying?
not for your
So
sake, man. Let's hope not for your sake. Listen, let's get into this, man. I've got 10 questions for you. I'm going to fire them at you. It's all related to
go
Man
for it.
United, okay? So let's go with this first one, bro, because this is something I get asked quite a lot. Um, this is the question: who will win the league
Yeah.
first, Arsenal or Man United, in your opinion?
Mm. I'm gonna say Arsenal only because you can win the league this year, and
Yeah.
we're not in the title race. So, you know what I mean? As much as I want to back my team, I'm gonna say Arsenal because they can win it this year. They could probably win it next year, and we might not be at that level yet to kind of become title contenders or title challenger or win the league. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, we're not at that stage yet. We don't have the manager for me to win the title. I don't think you guys have the manager, but you're closing up the gap. You're closing up the gap. We don't have, I think, for me, consistency in the squad. Um, and the mentality as well. At least you've had a taste of a title race. We've had none. We've had well, we had one in the Ollie, but then it was kind of like January kind of fell off it. We got second, but we were miles away from Man City. So in that aspect, it was kind of almost like a, you know what I mean? We weren't really in the title. It's like Jose Mourinho's, or we were 19 points behind Man City. So in that aspect, like it wasn't really a title race in that regard. So yeah, man. Unfortunately, it is Arsenal, but then again, Arsenal, you know what I mean? They fell off as well a couple of times. So are they the kind of pretenders? Are they the Tottenham? You know what I mean? You might used to say Tottenham was that team that always fell away and fell short, but you know what I mean? Could you be that team that does that as well? So
Mm,
yeah, reluctantly, I have to say it's going to be my Arsenal. So yeah,
mm.
that's my kind of saying that one. To be honest with
I
you,
think the only thing that could change that is if this new recruitment and regime at Man United completely like ball out and are like, wow, these next three transfer windows for Man United have
yes,
completely changed
yes, yes,
everything.
yes,
You know
yes.
what I'm saying? Like you get a manager in that you think, wow, this is the guy, this is everything's joined up now and we're ready to go. Because Man United are a huge club, man. This should not take Man United if everything's right. It shouldn't be like, well, Man United will have another 10 years before they win. Nah, man.
Yep.
If you get it right, you could be back in a couple of years. Who knows? Football changes quickly, man.
Bro, I
It
don't
really
think the
does.
gap's
So,
that big. You're right.
nah,
If I'm
nah.
looking at the Champions League, yeah, and listen, I think Real Madrid are up there and etc. etc. Yeah, but when I look at the gap, it isn't as big as what
Agreed.
people you know what I mean. Like people say it is. I look at the Premier League. I think the first two are big. Yeah, like Liverpool and sorry, Man City are clear, but even Liverpool had a bad season last season. You know what I mean? So and they've come up now with 3 or 4 signings, and all of a sudden they're now back in they're back in the title race. Arsenal, like I said to you, you know they've done it over what 1 or 2 seasons. Before that, you know they were getting eighth, fifth. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't as clear as possible. So their jump has been progressive. So I look at it in terms of Man United are not a million miles away, but they do need to act correctly though, because now Aston Villa are around. Tottenham for me, I know we banter out them, but they're still in around there. You know, I look at teams like Newcastle again. Listen, that money's still not being touched properly like we thought it would be. You know, so there are situations where I'm like, yo, like if you don't act correctly, it could be a sticky one. You know, that was there. So
Mm,
that's the only one I'm looking at. I'm thinking, yo, like, okay, I'm gonna keep I'm a relax. I'm a relax in that aspect. But
yeah, man.
ultimately, I don't know, man. I'm just looking at. I'm like, yo, can we do it? Can we not do it? You know, am I getting too gassed too early? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of them. Like, I need to see us challenging first, though. Like, for me, it's about challenging as well. Like, being challenging. Don't get me wrong. I don't want us to challenge forever, but having one season where we challenge, then I can be like, good. But you gotta be consistent, though. This Premier League,
Yeah.
can we go on a 5-6 game unbeaten run? Right now, I think we're on 4, I think, in the Premier League. I'm not sure if it is 4, but can we go on a 6-7? I don't think we can. And that's where we come unstuck every single time, bro. We come unstuck because they're
Mm.
like, yo, we can't do it or we don't get to that level. You know what I'm trying to say, bro? Like, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, facts, man. Well, listen, this next question is going to take you back, my bro, to some of your better days, right? So, this next
Yeah,
question
yeah.
is: which Man United side do you think was better, the 1999 treble winners or the 2008 team that won Champions League? What are you going with, bro?
Yeah. So basically, so I didn't really see the peak 99 team as in like when they won the treble. I was only what, five and a half. I can remember
Oh, wow.
vaguely
You're much younger
watching.
than me, bro.
Yeah. So I can remember vaguely watching the Premier League, sorry, the Champions League final. I don't know. I feel like I've got flashbacks of sitting down in my house and my dad was round there and there's so many people around there watching it on ITV. Yeah. But I look at that 2018, I can only speak on what I've seen. And I think that 2018, man, they deserve to win the treble, man. Portsmouth, man, they've done us over. I can't lie to you, but we were short on the treble that season. Um, I look at that team, Ronaldo, Rooney, Tevez, even Scholes was part of it still. Michael Carrick, Hargreaves, Rio Ferdinand Vidic in their prime, Patrice Evra. We still had Wes Brown and Gary Neville was a bit hit and miss that season, but still was in and amongst it. But yo, for me, obviously, in terms of status, what they achieved, the treble winners, unbelievable. If you look at the class of '99, sorry, the class of '92, what they went on to achieve, the Beckham, the Scholes, Giggs, York and Cole, formidable duel, unbelievable. But for me, I'm always going to say the 2008 team is the greatest team I've seen and witnessed, not only live but also on the television and whatnot. Like that for me was sensational. So yeah, man, I've got to give it to 2018 for me. But
Mhm.
obviously for the unique, the treble and whatnot, what they achieved, obviously the treble winners as well, man. So yeah, I mean you
Listen,
see
I'm a
both
bit older
though.
than you,
You know
man.
what I mean?
I'm a bit older. I got to see both, man. I was 11 years
Yeah.
old when you did the treble in '99, so I was a kind of at my peak. I hated that team, man. That team used to destroy Arsenal and destroy the whole league, man.
Bro,
They were unbelievable,
that,
bruv. And Dwight York and
that
Cole, like, you actually
semi-final,
beat
man.
us. Yeah, incredible that semi-final. That's the best goal I've ever seen scored against Arsenal. Ryan Giggs,
Yeah.
absolutely ridiculous. And the thing
Yeah.
is, Saeed, right? It weren't just the fact that he took it round everyone. It was who he took it round. That was the best back five in Europe at
Yes.
the time. Like they
Yes.
weren't no muppets, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they weren't no
They
muppets. So
weren't.
when you do that to Vieira, you do that to players like Nigel Winterburn, Lee Dixon, you do that to players like Tony Adams and Martin Keown. Man, I just wish one of them would have taken him out, like because that's the only way to stop
Facts.
Giggsy back then, man. But
Facts.
that was an unbelievable side. But I will say, I think the side, and the question is, what was side was better? I think it is 2008 because of the Rooney, Tevez, and Ronaldo. Um, and you
Okay.
had Vidic and Ferdinand at the back. Back then, I think you had
Yes.
Yapstam and Johnson as at the back in '99. So, bro, I'm gonna go with you, man. And I think 2008 was crazy. But if you talk about achievement, that treble winners in '99 was insane, mate. Unbelievable, and
Mm.
how you won it, bruv, as well. Like how you won it at the end against Bayern Munich. It was just ridiculous, man. That'll
Bro,
always be
so you
remembered.
could have thought of a better winner, a better moment. You know what I'm saying to you? You could not have thought of a better moment, a better time. You know what I mean? What was riding on it, everything like that. Like you just couldn't, man. So for me, yeah, man, I can't lie to you. Like different, man, different, bro. So
Mm.
I'll always look at that and think, yeah, man, what a sensational team, what a sensational side.
Yeah,
And yeah, but just in general, like the way we were in that final, and yeah, bro. But then again, 2018 as well. Like if they played on the days with each other, bro, who would win? You know what I'm saying? Because you got
mate,
Wayne Rooney and
crazy.
Tevez and Ronaldo, and then you got the genius of Paul Scholes and Roy Keane, the hard man in there. So yeah, man, it's an interesting debate, man. Interesting debate.
Yes, it would be good to see both of them come up against each other, man. Listen, this next question is one that everybody has asked before,
Yeah.
and it is this: who's the better manager, Sir Alex Ferguson or Pep Guardiola?
Hey, listen, this question here, man. Hey, you know what it is for me? I'm gonna say it for me in terms of like you have to put money into question because yeah, Fergie did have a lot of money to spend, yeah, but he also managed under massive restrictions as well. When if you look at the last Premier League that he won with that squad, I mean, I don't know if Pep Guardiola could win that with Tom Cleverley and I mean, like Welbeck in the team or whatnot. And he bought Van Persie, and this Van Persie won the season that season and whatnot. But when you look at Fergie, he recycled teams, he grew teams again. He had so many eras. in terms of, you know, replacing big names and whatnot. You're looking at the guys, you know, Yap Sam left, then we replaced him. You're looking at Roy Keane, replaced him. You're looking at Steve Bruce, you're looking at Mark Hughes. These guys were leaving. All of a sudden, York comes in. You know what I mean? Cole comes in. Like, Fergie was just a genius in terms of replenishing squads, letting people go. Paul Ince, massive name, let him go. But then believed in Nicky Butt, believed in these young guys and whatnot, and said, you know what, it's all good. You know what I mean? Life is good. We'll be okay. We'll survive. You know? And that for me, yeah, when I look at that in itself, I'm like, yo, credit to Fergie. And again, I hate to say it, but the longevity as well. People talk about, you know, managers now going after 9 years. You know, Fergie went for 26 years. You know, and kept going and kept going, and there was teams that he faced against Mourinho team. You know, after he had a bit of a struggle, and then said, "See you later." You know what I mean? Wenger had a bit of a struggle, and then kind of left him off after what 2004, kind of left him away. You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest with you.
Hmm.
Um, oh, PSG, Kylian Mbappe's told he's leaving. Wow, breaking news there. But
Wow.
you know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, David Ornstein. Oh, damn.
What's he
David
saying?
Ornstein was
Mbappe is
tweeting it.
going.
Mbappe has communicated decision to leave PSG this summer. Terms yet to be fully agreed. PSG will communicate when finalised in the coming days. The clubs will save 200 million per year, and they will focus on the youth. Wow,
In hell, man.
wow,
He's gonna go. He's gonna go Madrid, innit? I did a thing yesterday about him coming to Arsenal because there's a load of rumors about that. He ain't coming to Arsenal. He's gonna go Madrid, innit?
wow.
Mbappe has
Yeah,
communicated
bomber. That's a
decision to
big
leave
bomber there, man.
PSG.
Guys, breaking news, people.
Wow.
There you go, man. It just shows you. You know, there's never a quiet day in football. Never a
Yeah,
quiet day
man.
in football.
That is insane. It's
Never a
literally
quiet day
just
in
broke
football.
now. 38
Yeah,
seconds. Wow, that is crazy, man.
yeah,
Mbappe.
yeah,
Wow. I think he's going Real
yeah,
Madrid, man. I think he's going Real Madrid.
yeah,
I still think it. Yeah, I still think he will. But
yeah.
definitely leaving PSG then it seems. Well, mind you, we've heard this before. We've heard
Yeah,
this
yeah, we've
before,
heard
man.
this before. Exactly, man. Exactly.
It's mad.
You know what I
Listen,
mean?
big up to Mo as well, bro, because you sent over
Come on,
everybody
big up
over it.
Mo,
So I
man. Big up
appreciate
Mo.
that, man. And those of
Big
you
up
that are
Mo.
still here from Mo's channel, so I appreciate that, Mo. Absolute top lad.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Alex Ferguson for me. For me, Pep Guardiola's phenomenal. I think, to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
fair, if Pep Guardiola carries on in this reign, he may outlive Fergie. He may out kind of, if he wins another treble this year or wins something else, like, you just never know, bro. You
yeah,
just
man.
never know, Agwan. So
Do you know what's mad?
it
Like
is
for
what
me,
it is, bro.
comparing the two is difficult because of eras. Comparing the two is difficult because one stayed at one club majority of his career, the other's been hopping
Yeah,
around. I just don't know many managers that have changed football the way, in terms of European football, the way that
yeah,
Pep Guardiola has. Because I look at his style of play. Everybody talks about tiki taka. Everyone wants to play tiki taka.
yeah,
I look at the positions that he's changed. I didn't know what a false nine was until Pep Guardiola started managing. I didn't know what an inverted fullback was. I didn't know what playing out from the back with a goalkeeper was. That is all because of Pep Guardiola. And I've never seen so many teams try to copy a manager across Europe. And like,
bro.
you know what I'm saying? Like Arsene Wenger came to England and he changed English football, right? And deserves a lot of credit for it. Pep Guardiola's actually changed European football, in my opinion. Like because
Yep,
everybody wants to play this way. If you ask any individual team fan, whether they're an Inter Milan fan, whether they support bloody Strasbourg, Borussia Mönchengladbach, whether they're in the Portuguese league and support Benfica, which manager do you think's the best and what style of play do you want? They'll all say Pep. That's crazy for me.
yep,
That's crazy for me. Now, back then, they might have all said Fergie, to be fair to them, because obviously you only live in the now in football, don't you? But I just look at what Pep Guardiola has done. If you look at their achievements, then Sir Alex Ferguson leaves him dead in the water because of what he's won over that
yeah.
longevity period of time, right? But I think Pep Guardiola is an unbelievable. I think he'll be remembered as one of the greatest ever. Pep Guardiola for me. He is just incredible
Mhm,
what he's done. And I hate the fact that he's still
mhm.
there, man. I need him to leave. I need him to leave Man City, man. I need him to go. Do you know what I'm saying? I need him out there, man, because it's
Aye,
gonna
man,
be
he
hard.
needs to he needs to go for everyone's sake, man. For everyone's sake, he needs to go, man. He needs to go. I'm trying
Yeah,
to
he
say to
does.
you, so it is
100,
what
man.
it is, man. You know what I
100.
mean?
Listen, this next question is one that we get spoke about quite a lot. And this is which is the better achievement for you, winning the treble of '99. Sorry, the treble winners of '99, the Man United side, or the invincible season with Arsenal, which is the better achievement?
Listen, for me, yeah, nobody will ever do the Invincibles, I think, in a long time. I'm not trying to downplay that, yeah. But what I will say though is, yeah, is that what's better, staying invincible, winning one Premier League trophy, or winning three trophies in one season. Like, and it just stops at that. Which was more harder? Yeah, staying unbeaten is harder, but then again, winning a treble, like not many teams win a treble. Man City have won it this year, but it's not easy. It's not easy winning a treble. So at the same time, what I'm saying to you, like, I feel like for me, it's one of them where I'm like, yo, like everyone relax, bro. Everybody
Mm,
relax. Like, winning the treble, that for me is just incredible, man. Like Champions League, Premier League, especially in that kind of 10 days that we won it, yeah. Um, because it wasn't finalized on the season. But
mm.
ultimately, you know what I mean? The trophies are what people, fans remember. Trophies, bro. Like, come on, trophies are what people remember. That's where I kind of look at it for me anyway. Trophies are what
Facts.
people remember, and that's
Trophies
where
what the
that's where
game's
my
about,
kind of
man.
opinion lies.
You know what I mean? Trophies what the game's about. Um, and when you win three, you can't. No one can talk to you. And
Yeah,
listen, if the question was what's the harder achievement, I think that's maybe a different answer because I hadn't seen many people go
facts.
invincible, right? But if you look at the better achievement, it is three trophies.
Yeah,
Because let's be real, Said, when you win a Premier League trophy and you get a medal, when you turn it over, it doesn't tell you how many points you won it by. It doesn't tell you how many draws you got. It doesn't tell me how many losses you got. It doesn't tell me whether you went unbeaten or not. You still get it. So winning a Premier League, people have said to me, would you have swapped the invincible season with a treble? Yeah, I would have. Now, people will say, really? We're the only invincibles. We've got a gold trophy for it. I'd have taken the Champions League and the FA Cup and the Premier League that season over the Invincible season. And I love the Invincibles. I think it's unbelievable what we've done. And I think it actually is a little bit disrespected by some neutral fans. I think it's because they don't like Arsenal, which I understand. But when you look at
yeah.
what we did that year, it was incredible, man. Not to lose a game of football in a season is ridiculous. 49
You know what
games
it is
without
though?
losing. Crazy.
The thing is, yeah, obviously the gold trophy, we all joke about that, yeah, and whatnot, da, 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 da. But when you actually deep it, yeah, like I don't think it should be downplayed as well, though, like becoming invincible because every team tries it. Yeah, the league wasn't competitive as it is now, but listen, it's one of them where, it was also very, very, you had tougher defenders on that time. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, it was one of them
Mm,
where Premier League weren't easy, man. It weren't easy, bro. Like, come on,
agree.
man. Like, it weren't easy. So, but at the same time, obviously the 11 draws didn't help. I feel like for me, what do you call it? Arsene Wenger did prioritize that unbeaten run because I looked at the. Did you go out to United in the FA Cup? Didn't you?
Yeah.
United in the FA Cup and Chelsea, who were just about starting their kind of like,
Yeah.
and you lost to them in the in
Wayne
the
Bridge,
Champions
man.
League.
Wayne Bridge goal. I'll
Yeah,
never forget. I was there at Highbury. I was
Bridge.
crying, man.
Oh, was you there? No
Yeah, I was
way.
there at Highbury. I was 16 years old and I was absolutely dying inside. And we lost to Middlesbrough in the League Cup that year. People forget as well because they went and won it. Middlesbrough actually won the League Cup that year. So
Yeah.
we lost to Middlesbrough, Man United, and Chelsea. So yeah, and the United game, I remember you beat us 1-0. I think it was Scholes at your ground. And
Mm.
I know it was at Villa Park, wasn't it? Because we used to play neutral back then. Do you remember?
Yeah, Villa Park. Yeah, yeah.
Um,
It used to be like yeah,
yeah,
neutral ground.
neutral semi.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Now
man.
it's Wembley, but yeah, man, that season we should have won the Champions League because Porto won it with Jose Mourinho, didn't they? That year, I remember.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, we should have done more that year,
Nah, you
man.
know what it is though? I feel like for me, it's one of them where, you know, if you ask Ty and all these guys, they'll say invincible, invincible. But for me, if you're a footballing man and you're a guy who wants to win trophies, you're always going to say the treble. When a quadruple wins,
Of
quadruple's
course.
better than a treble. Simple as that. Like that's
Yeah,
how it should work.
exactly. Yeah,
More
that's a great.
trophies,
Yeah,
it's better. You know what I mean? Obviously, not the quadruple that Liverpool fans are talking about. You know what I mean? That's not. We're talking about the real quadruple. You know the ones there. So, yeah,
yeah,
man.
man. Not the shit quad they call it, the shit quad or whatever.
Nah, man. Not the shit quad.
Yeah, the shit quad. Listen, talking of segueing into trebles, this is the next question. Which treble winner is better, the Man United in '99 or the Man City just gone who did the treble? Which is the better team? Do you think?
Come on, man. Listen, I feel like for me, the way you win it as well means a lot as well, man, because we never had a chance until 2 minutes to go. You know, that for me is just more sweeter the way you win it. You know, the last kick of the game, Solskjaer's won it. I know. Listen, the City's treble winning team as well doesn't need to be underplayed as well. But if you look at the manner as well in which we won it, the last minute winner, you know, that is something that's. I feel like for me right now, yeah. If you told me 99's treble, like people are gonna remember it. Like people remember that for decades, bro. Like the Champions League here, it's not a memorable Champions League, is it? It's not a memorable kind of situation. Like, yeah, they beat us in the FA Cup or whatnot, but if you're looking at that team there, the way they've done it, it's also memorable. That Champions League run for United, it's memorable, and the fact that we won it in
Mm.
that style is memorable as well. So, yeah, bro. Like I feel like that's a massive, massive um kind of cog for me in that one, and just a
Mm.
general thing because you got. I don't know what you think, but do you not feel like that helps as well? The way you win it as well, the manner you win it,
Yeah,
in
man.
terms of how memorable it is. You know?
So I think there's two questions here, right? I think which is the better way to win it, and Man United's is
Yeah.
better, and which is the better team. And I have to say, bro, this Man City side's the best I've seen ever, man. I honestly,
Reckon.
I don't, yeah, man, I don't see who the hell competes with this Man United, this Man City
Well, the
side.
thing is,
Sorry.
though, you can't really compete teams because obviously different eras and whatnot, and you know who would beat what team. Like
I just
that
think it's got
team.
everything, Saeed. Do you not? Do you know? I look at it, it's got like the spine, Rodri, KDB, like Ruben Diaz, Edison, and Haaland. And then obviously round the sides, you've got top talent that can
Yeah, of
rotate and come in.
course.
I just look at it and
Yeah,
think,
I
how
get
can
that.
people compete with that, man? It's just scary.
Yeah, I get that, but also you got to remember, like we also um we also had a spine as well there, you know, with Yapstam and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, we had a spine as well, bro. Like, don't get me wrong, but ultimately, I get what you mean. Like the way these guys are, and the relentless nature. You know, what I mean,
They are, man.
Haaland, De Bruyne. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, so you know, I feel like with
The only
United,
thing
it
I
was
will say,
organic,
and
man.
Man City fans will hate me for this, but I don't think Man United at the time had 115 charges against them, man, when they
There
did it.
you go. You know what I'm saying to you? Let's be real. You know, so end of the day,
Yeah.
if you want to talk like that, then you know what I'm saying, we can talk in that kind of way. So yeah, boy.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
shouldn't
mean,
have
there
said
ain't
that,
no
man, because I've got
115
City fans in
charges.
here. So big up to the City fans in the chat. But you know,
Big up, big up.
no, man. Listen, two brilliant sides, and it's all love and a bit of banter. This is a good one for me, man. Realistically, this has to be realistic. You can't pick anybody
Easy.
that's out of it. Who do you want to win the league this year, Saeed?
Come on, man. This is no mess around, man. Easily United. Sorry, easily United, bloody hell.
United, you
Easily
wish.
Arsenal, man. Arsenal easily. Arsenal easily, bro. I'm trying to say to you, like, we don't mess around. Um, you know, what I mean, ultimately, Man City win 4 in a row. That's a bit of history that nobody's going to win. Liverpool, I can't let them have 20 in a row. That's not going to happen as well. You know what I'm saying? I want to see, I want to see Arsenal win that league, bro. Let's be honest. Because at the end of the day, I've got affinity. I've got no affinity to Arsenal. Don't really see many Arsenal fans in Manchester apart from Premsy and a couple of
Mm.
others. But with that City fans, they're all over the town. They're everywhere. Liverpool fans are everywhere. So end of the day, it's gotta be that one. So yeah, man. It's for me, it's simple, man. Arsenal won't bother me. It won't bother me winning them the league. I'll just turn it for social media.
I know you
Simple.
don't like Arsenal, obviously, because Arsenal and United don't love each other and stuff. But it's got to be the best of the bad bunch out of us three, right? Because Liverpool and City winning it for United, that's like awful for United, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of
they'll
course,
give you
course, course,
grief, and then
course.
obviously the history will say, "Oh, we've won another one closer to you." Do you know what I'm saying? It's like that's hard for United to take, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%, man. So listen, it's hard, but at the same time, you get me. I also have a big, big chance this year, man, of getting that title, man. Can they do it? We'll have to find out, man. We'll have to find out. Let me just change the light, Dan. One second.
Yeah, go for it, man. Just to update you all with Sire MCFC, this is the breaking news. David Ornstein reported it literally about a minute or two ago that Kylian Mbappe has communicated the decision to leave PSG this summer. Terms are yet to be fully agreed. 25-year-old and PSG will communicate when finalised in the coming months, and the club will save 200 million euros per year, and they'll focus on youth and collective. We have heard this before. However, I really think this time it's a goner. I think he's going. I think he wants 100% out. And I
Yeah,
think he needs to, man, for Kylian Mbappe's future for me now. I think people will look at what he's done in the World Cup and on the international stage and absolutely respect it for his age. But I think when you're winning the league every year in a Farmers League, in PSG, winning it every single year, you've got to then look to move and try and then look at growing what you think will be respectful for your career when you look back at it. And I honestly believe that it
yeah,
will be Real Madrid, man. I don't think Arsenal and Liverpool, there's that rumor that, oh, they turned them down because financially they're not really going to be prepared to, destroy the financial structure of the club. Listen, if you got a chance of buying Mbappe, you don't care about the financial structure. You make it work.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
at the end of the day, he's got to want to come. And I don't know that he does want to come Arsenal or Liverpool. I think he's got his heart
Mhm.
set on Real Madrid, man. And that could be the missing piece with Mbappe, Vinicius, and Jude Bellingham. Jesus, that's a scary, scary
Yeah,
thought, man. So, yeah, we shall see what happens to Kylian Mbappe. Listen, let's go to your next question, bro. This will be quite a laugh and a bit of a funny one. Name your
yeah,
top
yeah.
five most hated clubs, man. Top five most hated clubs. They could be any league that you want.
Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea's in there, Leeds for obvious reasons, and then I'm gonna go for Arsenal in there as well. So that's my
Yeah, man.
top five. Liverpool for the British rivalry for obvious reasons. You get me? Like they just, it's what I mean. Everybody needs to know they took over
Of
the
course.
80s and 70s. We then took over the 90s. Man City, obviously, nearest neighbours, noisy neighbours. You get me? Hate them. Leeds are in there. People say Leeds. Listen, man, if you know about your geography and whatnot, like
100%.
you know Leeds and Man United back in the day, you know what I mean? It was a big one, man. It was a big one. That for that reasons. Chelsea, because they stole a lot of Premier League titles off us, man. You know what I mean? Like they did stop us from winning a couple of league titles in there. So they came in. And then obviously Arsenal's just one of them where rivalry, you know what I
Yeah, the
mean? Like the
Wenger and
social
Fergie
you know
days.
what it is? It's a social media rivalry. So it's more from your fans, to be honest with you. It's more from your fans that creates it. So I'll probably say that's the reason why. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah, bro. Like generally, that's the reason why it's there, bro. Like just because of your fans, bro. That's all it
Yeah.
is.
Nah, listen, that's fair, man. Of course. And I think there was a respect between Arsenal in the Wenger and Fergie days as well, man. Like when you look at
Yeah,
it
yeah,
now,
yeah, yeah.
like I know people will look at Klopp and Pep, but it ain't the same. Like the Wenger Fergie days, the Keenan Vieira days, they were the best, man,
Yeah.
100%. And like people will look now and they're all coming off swapping shirts, shaking hands, hugging each other. It weren't like that back in their day, man. When we
Yeah.
had Martin Keown, you had like the Ruud van Nistelrooy moment and Keown jumping on him and Vieira and Keane. It was all a literal hatred for each other, man. It weren't none of this
Vieira and Keane, bro. That for me, that rivalry there, man. That's probably the best rivalry that you
100,
could have want, man. As a fan, man. Like that rivalry was sensational, man. Like I love that rivalry.
Imagine
Absolutely
them two in the
sensational.
midfield together, man. Imagine Keane and Vieira in the
Yeah,
midfield together. Jesus. Like one be sent off
facts.
one week, then the other one to get sent off the week
Now it's
after.
all cuddling and you know what I mean. Everything's all rosy and da 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 da.
I
Like,
don't like
come
it,
on,
man.
man.
I don't like all this hugging and swapping shirts and shit. I don't like
Yeah,
all that.
man. It's crazy, bro. It's
It
crazy,
is, man. It is.
crazy.
Last three questions, man. This one comes in. Who deserves a statue at Old Trafford next?
Oh, good question. Uh, I would say
What statues have you got, first of all?
so. We got the Trinity statue.
Yeah.
Dennis Law, Bobby Charlton, and obviously, um, so we got that. That's the statue there. Got Alex Ferguson, Busby Babes. Um, I think that's the only statue we've got at Old Trafford. To be fair, um, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think we need another I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't think we deserve another statue right now.
Mm,
Um, yeah, I think right now nobody's really added to it since we've become. You could probably give one. You could probably give another special one to Bobby Charlton. Maybe a special one for
yeah.
him as well.
Like his
Um,
own one, like, yeah.
something. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe that could be something that could be done as well for him. Obviously you've got the George Best one with the Trinity statue in there. I don't think we need another one, to be honest with you. Someone say Ratcliffe, bloody hell. Chill out, mate. Chill out, mate. But I don't think we need one. I'll be honest with you. I don't think we need one.
Well,
I
Wayne
don't
Rooney,
think there's.
no? Wayne Rooney?
No, listen,
No.
Wayne Rooney's a legend, yeah, but like if like Man City, they're funny in it because Man City don't have a history, yeah. They've just plotted everyone on their stadium, Vincent Company, David Silva. Like fair enough, like we do that, but at the same time, you know what I mean, bro? Like allow it in it. You know what I mean? Allow it, bro. Like you know what I'm saying?
You
Like
know what? You know what I
come on,
think would
man.
be
Allow it.
if I was a United fan, what I would probably my answer would be to this. Maybe like a class of 92 statue. So like you get like the ones that had
Okay.
come through. Like, it might be crazy, not all of them. You're not gonna have like all 12 of them, whatever. But maybe
Okay,
you put
okay.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like you have like Scholes, Beckham, Giggs, maybe a couple of them come through, maybe. I don't know. Maybe there is too many to do together. But you've got like the Trinity stuff. Maybe you've got another class of 92 statue type there because that's pretty.
Okay.
I would say that's quite rare and unique with Man United. I don't think that doesn't normally happen like at every club. Do you know what I mean? It's not normally you get
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
academy go from 92 right the way through to 99 and win you a treble. Do you know what I'm saying? That doesn't happen
Yeah,
at
yeah, of
many
course,
clubs,
of
man.
course.
So I would say that's probably the only thing I can think of. But you're right. I wouldn't give one to Ronaldo or Rooney because you know I think there's better of around. But Saeed needs a statue. There we go.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I need my own statue, bro. You
Imagine
know the
that,
ones
man.
there.
Statue of
I need
Saeed,
my
they're
own
saying,
statue, man.
man. Can you imagine, bro?
But
Uh,
what
you,
would have you? Would you want a statue on another statue for you lot? Like, what
yeah,
would
man. I'm
you?
really,
Yeah.
really desperate for one of Rocky and Righty. Like, that picture, that
Okay,
image of Rocastle and Righty
Rocky.
where they're on top of each other.
Oi,
That's the one I want, man. He's jumped on top of him. That's the
I
one I
like
think
that.
should
I
come
like
next,
that.
man.
I like
Rocky
that. I
was
like that one.
incredible,
I
man.
like
Rocky
that one.
was Yeah, that's the one I would go with if I had to pick. Obviously, Arsene Wenger's got one now. Herbert Chapman's got one. We've got Henri
Yeah.
Bergkamp and Tony Adams, which is fair. I think the only
Oh
other
yeah,
one
yeah,
that's
yeah,
probably
yeah,
missing
yeah.
is Patrick Vieira. But other than that, I think Rocky and
Okay,
Riley would be my one for me. Yeah, that's
okay,
where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
okay.
Um, where are we at? We've got two more questions. This is a good question, man. Who's your favorite ever non-Man United player?
Ronaldinho.
Oh wow,
Simple. Ronaldinho, man. What a player, man. Like, we were that close to buying him in 2001, I don't know if you know the story about it, but
no,
we were
go on.
close to signing him in 2001, but it didn't happen. So it
Wow.
is what it is. But yeah, Ronaldinho, obviously you got a message, but for me, Ronaldinho, man, like he made me love football. I
Mm.
genuinely, Danny, I got a funny story here, but I actually used to go, yeah, because obviously back in the day, we didn't really have like internet access and whatnot, yeah. So what I do, I'd go to the local like telecom, yeah. I'd pay 50p for half an hour and I just watch Ronaldinho highlights all day. Bro, I'd
Wow.
literally just sit there, be watching Ronaldinho comps. Obviously now you got comps here, but you'd have Ronaldinho highlights and what I'd put, what I did one time, I searched in Ronaldinho makes players cry or Ronaldinho humiliates players and but I just be like, yo, like the man just nutmegging players, man. So people need to respect Ronaldinho, man. What a player he was, man. Like sensational player, man, and ultimately a guy who's just phenomenal, isn't it? You get me? Everything that he's
He
done.
he really did
I'm gonna say
make
to you, so
like he really did make street football and turn it onto the pitch. Do you know what I'm saying? He did
yeah,
stuff I never see players do, and it was scary. And my biggest regret, Saeed,
scary, bro.
I never
Yeah.
I never got to see him live. That's my biggest regret. I never got to see
Oh
him live.
shit.
And because we never got Barcelona in that
Yeah,
time
yeah.
until the final, and I never went to the Champions League final to see him, so I didn't get tickets for Paris.
Yeah,
So
true, true,
I
true.
was so young at the time. I was 17, so I never or 18. I never got to see him, and I was devastated, man, because I
Oh,
saw R9, I saw Raul, I saw Zidane, I saw all these players like Messi, Ronaldo, Beckham, Figo. I saw so many, even players at the back that you think of like the Cannavaros, Paolo Maldinis. I saw all these guys live,
yeah.
yeah, going to games home and away, and I think back and I think I can put together a 1 to 11 that includes players like Xavi, Iniesta, Zidane. I miss out Ronaldinho. He's the only one I can think of that I didn't see from all my playing career, all my
Okay.
time watching. And I'm gutted, man, because I thought he was unbelievable, Ronaldinho. So yeah, great shout, bro. Great shout.
What about you? What
Um,
about you? That's the only one for you. What about you?
it's the only one that I never saw. But if I was to have that question, who's my favorite player ever? That is a non-Arsenal player. It would be Messi, bro. Lionel Messi for me
Messi,
is
yeah. No,
the
no, but
best ever.
let's not do the boring one. Give me one that's not
Okay,
Messi and Ronaldo.
that's not Messi and Ronaldo. It has to be R9. If
R9,
I
yeah,
have
yeah,
to,
yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
like that one. I like that one. I
yeah, I
like that
think
one. I like that
R9
one.
is probably the one I look at. Zidane's right up there as well, you know. But I would go R9 ahead of Ronaldinho. I honestly, and I am a massive Arsenal fan. I honestly think he's the
Mm.
greatest striker I've ever seen. R9. I honestly ahead of Thierry Henry, and
Okay.
I love Thierry Henry. He's unbelievable, right? I honestly think when R9 came on the scene, it was scary, mate. Like,
Scary,
I
bro.
mean,
Scary, scary, man. Scary,
ridiculous,
bro.
like absolutely unbelievable. And I looked at him and I
Mm.
thought, why is he running round rings of everyone and no one can get near him? Like it
Mm.
was that good when he
Yeah.
was on the scene, and I thought,
People say
yeah,
Maradona. Peter Nolan, you're old, mate.
yeah, Maradona,
Dino.
a bit, yeah. I'm not my time. I was a little bit before me. Obviously, Pele is
Yeah,
someone I
you
definitely
literally.
haven't seen.
1990, you didn't probably watch him in the 1990 World Cup when he was on off his gear and that. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah,
was,
exactly, man. I
he
wasn't.
was,
I was
he's one
freak
of
in
them, yo.
1990. So, yeah, it's crazy to me, man. Honestly, R9 was incredible, like absolutely incredible,
Yeah,
and that's probably my favorite non-Arsenal player. If it isn't Messi, who's I
yeah,
think's the
yeah,
greatest
yeah.
of all time, man. So yeah, okay. Your last question is a real tasty one, man. Um,
Okay.
which manager do you want to replace Ten Hag?
Hey, now we're here, man. This is the one I wanted to hear, man. You know what I'm saying to you? I'm gonna say for me, I've said it all along, man. I want Hansi Flick, man.
Okay.
Phenomenal job he did at Bayern Munich, won the treble over there. I feel like for me, he's the most. You know what it is as well with him. I don't think everybody has to have like realistic expectations of him because he's obviously, you know, what I mean, it's not that young anymore. I think he's 63, 62. He's someone that can come in for about 2 or 3 years and do a job, if that makes sense, Dan. I feel like he
Yeah.
would be the best option for me. I also like Simeone at Inter Milan, man. I
Yeah,
feel like
man.
he's getting underplayed in that regards. I think Simeone is a top manager in that right. So yeah, I would probably go with them two, bro. Simeone and sorry, Simeone Inzaghi, and Hansi Flick would be my two options for me.
Mm.
So
What I
yeah,
like about that is you're actually looking at CVs, you're not looking at projects. You have so many of these,
yeah, 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 yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So many fans go, "I'll take De Zerbi." Like, what's De Zerbi done, man? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, don't be
Bro, you know
rip.
De Zerbi. I just look at him. I'm like, yo, what he's doing at Brighton, I don't think he'd get away with it at United, bro. I'll be real with you. Like, I don't
Agreed.
think he'd get away with just winning, losing 3-0, and then you know what I mean. And then like, yeah, it could be right, but listen, man,
They held
he's
6 against Villa a couple of months ago. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's
this
what I'm
is
saying.
you
Like,
can't do that at
he got
United, man.
smacked up by Luton. You know what I mean? So it's just one of them where, yeah, it's good and that, but it's not easy, bro. So I wouldn't want to just say, yo, like he's the guy and that. Da, 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 da. So
Mm,
who knows, man? Who knows? Who knows, bro? But we'll find out,
interesting
won't
one,
we?
man.
But yeah, I would take him. I would take them too, bro. Definitely.
Fair play to you, man. Listen, before I let you go, last question I've got for you. Can Man United do it? You know what I mean. Can you get top 4 this year, man? Because I think it's back on, bro.
I think you can. I think we can. I think we can. Is it something that I'm kind of like going all over the maddish thing about? But nah, bro. I think for me, it can be possible. Will it happen? Who knows? But listen, that's a bare minimum for me. I want to win the trophy. I want to win the FA Cup, man. I want to go to Wembley. I win the FA Cup and be happy for the end of the season. So, who knows, man? But for me, top four is. I think it's going to go down to the wire. You know, I think Villa will have a bit of a bad form, but then they'll lift themselves up again. I feel like it's one of them where Villa were always going to have this kind of bad form. They weren't going to just cruise through the season. But for now, we run this little bit of a run. Can we keep momentum? It's a bare minimum. Any United fan that's thinking, yo, man, we're back. Come on, man. We can't be scraping top five every season. We need to be a bit better, man. Need to be
Mm,
challenging, not challenging, but like getting close to Man City, Liverpool, and seeing that, you know, we're there and thereabouts in that regard. So,
mm,
yeah, man. Should be able to get top five. If we don't, then it's a disaster season, man. If you don't get
yeah.
top, at
Like
least
Villa,
probably
Villa
top
look
four.
dusty at the moment. Like Villa look a bit dusty. Like they're obviously quality. Don't get me wrong. I'm not dishing on them
Yeah,
because I think they've been unbelievable under Emery. But I think they can be got at. It's just Spurs, man. They're strange ones. Spurs. You just don't know what like.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like it's going to be hard. I think they look like one game a week when they get their players back, and Ange just kind of got them playing a certain
yeah,
style.
yeah, yeah,
Man United are still a little bit inconsistent at times. It's just hard for me to see if you can get that fourth place. But if there's 5 positions,
yeah.
then you might be able to scrape Champions League into fifth, man. Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So yeah, man. Now listen, looking forward to it. And like I said, just keep on winning, man. That's all you can do. Keep on winning. Simple.
yeah, man. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Listen, you're a legend, man. Thanks so much for coming
Oh
on,
man,
bro.
how many likes
Absolutely
are we
love.
on, man? Get them likes up, people, man.
Yeah,
Help
man. What
support
likes
Dan's
are we
channel,
on,
man.
man?
He's
Let's
he's
get
gonna
way up
be.
to 200.
Yeah, man. He's gonna be doing this full time soon, so let's get him, help him out. You know what I mean, be a brilliant content creator, doing his thing as well at AFTV. So big up to Dan, man. And like I said, man, we'll catch up. I think we're on tomorrow anyway, so catch us on my channel tomorrow,
Absolutely.
for the show. So yeah, man, big up, man.
Nah, listen, thanks for coming on. Make sure you go over to Saeed TV. Make sure you see us tomorrow. And we'll be doing the show tonight, to be fair. But make sure that you go over and join us tomorrow about
Yeah,
3:30. Me and Saeed will be on his channel, so that's all good. And big
come
up
on,
for coming on. Make sure you do us a favor, people. Make sure you like this and subscribe. We've just hit over 16K last night, which is amazing. So
come on,
please make sure we can get the target to the next, which of course is 20K. So we're building up nicely. We'll see you next
come
time.
on,
Hit a like on the way out, and big up Saeed for coming on, man. We're out of here, people.
come on, man.
Peace.
Big up, big up, big up.